Hi everyone, welcome back to the Man Cave of an Acting Teacher for the final video in this series, alright? If you'd like to watch the entire series, okay, you can see them all on my YouTube channel. Just look up Man Cave of an Acting Teacher. They're all on the hashtag here on Facebook and the hashtag Man Cave of an Acting Teacher also on Instagram. I don't think they're all on Instagram. I had trouble uploading them to that, but they're certainly all on Facebook and YouTube. So I'm going to stop, and the reason is I'm getting towards the really complex end of the technique now that I've done 35 videos, a video a day, and eventually what's going to happen is I'm going to be trying to rush it, trying to rush talking about a really complex concept and not giving it justice, and that's not something I want to do, okay? But however, if you have a question for me, please send one to me privately. I might do another video if there's a really good question that I haven't answered at all in the 35 videos, and I certainly will do that for you. If you would like to do a class with me, you know where to find me, okay? My website, davidscott.ie, has my email address and my phone number. Just look me up. Hopefully, according to the government, all educational things will start to come back in September. So all going well, the Applied Art of Acting will start in the first week of September, and that's the 3-month full-time course. You can also do the Actors Wednesday workshop evening classes, or if you've got a bit more experience, the Actors Friday Studio evening classes, okay? They'll all come back in the first week of September. You can book into those right now. Just give me a shout if you want to. Okay. Now, today I'm going to give you a monologue myself. The reason for that is I'm going to, well, first of all, it was a challenge because a couple of people said, Dave, you're telling everybody else to get motivated, pull a monologue out of the shelf and do it and get it onto your show reel and do all the fish pond challenges and stuff. And I am encouraging you all to do that. But then, a couple of people said, well, where's yours, right? So I'll do one for you to answer the critics, right? But also, of course, this is for educational purposes. Have a look at it. See if you can see the components that I talked about over those 35 videos in the series, evident in the monologue. You'll see it in the crafting of the writing, the rising action, climax, falling action, okay? You'll see the beat changes, extended imagery. I'll do a bit of character work with archetype and antithesis, a little bit of accent, just a touch, just to bring it to where it's meant to be. See what else you can see in it that is evident from what I talked about in the 35 videos, okay? So this is a monologue for educational purposes. I've chosen one that resonates with me about the world that we are currently in. It's called Someone Who'll Watch Over Me by Frank McGinnis, okay? About 3 men in a jail cell, or in a cell in Lebanon. They've been taken hostage by rebels, okay? And they're trapped there, they're stuck. A little bit like we are, right? So I'm going to give you this monologue now, okay? You might find that some thoughts and feelings in it resonate with you about the times we are in. I would like to thank all of those people who have been very kind to me over the past little while. I've needed that kindness, believe me. And I hope that my kindness has gone back to you, that I have, reciprocated that, and that I've helped you in some way as well. Or even just helped you to have something to watch about the dramatic arts every day for 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, guys, I'll stop rambling. I'll give you this monologue. Thank you very much. Goodbye. But it is certainly not farewell. You know where to find me if you have any questions at all right? Or if you'd like a one-to-one with me, let me know. Lots of people doing that at the moment, and very rewarding for me, surprisingly effective. Okay, chaps, let's do this monologue, all right? Here we go. Sometimes they talked quietly about the war. Well, my mother did, rather. About how very frightened people were but couldn't show it. It's bred into us, that, I suppose. Never show fear, even if you're a coward. I never cried as a child. I still don't cry. Yes. One night, out of the blue, I'd fallen asleep on my father's lap. He was weeping in front of my mother. He was saying, "You must not tell him what it was like there. You must never tell him." and I had the most terrible pain in my ear. I thought my head was going to explode with pain. Yet I kept on listening because he was saying something about the war, about the camp, I presume, and that I should not have heard anything. And he just kept saying her name, repeating it over and over. I said, I am awake and I have a pain in my ear. He rubbed my ear. And he said, there is a place called Sparta. Brave soldiers come from there. When they have pain, they show it by controlling it. Never be afraid of pain. Never be afraid of controlling it. You have been raised by a strong woman. Sometimes even the bravest men behave like women. Before the Spartans went into battle, they combed each other's hair. The enemy laughed at them for being effeminate. But the Spartans won the battle. That was the only conversation we ever had. I was old enough to remember every word. There was one other conversation I had with him. It was after his death. I was reading an old English poem called The Wanderer. A man sits in a frozen, desolate landscape, remembering when he had friends, when he had dreams. And I heard my father. I heard his faith. And I heard him in that ancient poem speaking with the voice of England talking to itself for the first time. Our beginning, our end. England's. One line haunts me. Oft him anaga aragibedeth. I've tried for so long to understand it fully. I think it means a man who is alone may at times feel mercy. Mercy towards himself. We long for our dear life, lamenting great loss. My father is dead, but accepting fate. Word bit full of aired. In the same poem, word bit full of aired. Fate is fate. When I read The Wanderer, I feel possessed by my father. I love my country because I love its literature very much. I am proud to have taught it. And that pride, and yes, I mean pride, is the reason I can sustain my sanity here. Most loved mother, remember me. Most loved, missed father, pray for me. Most loved, missed wife. Most loved wife. Rather me were to lose my life than thus to lose wife. It's ridiculous. Her death was ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It was a car crash. She was driving to work. It was the month of May. I wasn't with her. I was revising an article at home. The university rang and told me she was unconscious at the scene of the accident. I knew. I just waited by the phone. Half an hour later, they rang and told me she was dead. So full of love and goodness. Gone. I went to identify her body. She looked like a child who'd fallen off a bike. It was my idea to get a car. We were both working. We could afford a car. Such is life. I slept for a long time after that with the bedroom light on. Then one night I just switched off the light. Gone. Merry Christmas, Edward. I never learned to drive a car. Cheery little soul, am I not? Talk to you soon. Bye.